come up, oh, sorry for your inconvenience.
Yeah.
Just running it on my laptop. The problem is I don't have a camera.
Register for that $20.
Hello, can anybody hear me?
I don't know. Yeah, really. They're not gonna make it easy for me.
Hello.
Hi, Judy. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Barely. I'm gonna see if I can get the volume up a little bit.
Okay. So I'm going to try one. I'm having trouble logging in on the town computer that's here in the meeting room, which is why the owl isn't coming up. But I'm going to try to just log in as a user from this computer. We'll see if it works. Paul, Val, can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second to see if I can get the owl to work. Okay, everybody, sorry. So the owl is not working. We're just gonna run it on my personal laptop, which means the sound isn't gonna be great. Could you guys come down closer to my computer? Okay. There we go. All right. So can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, so sorry, that's not ideal, but something is definitely not working with this computer. All right, so let's call the meeting to order at 7:04 p.m. We'll do roll call, starting with me. So, before I get into roll call, I just want to introduce Haley, our new recording secretary, who's here in person for those that aren't here. Unfortunately, the camera on my laptop doesn't work, so you don't get to see her. But
darn.
But she's looking fabulous, and we're excited to have her as part of the team. So thank you, Haley, and please feel free to say, "Hey, hold on," and ask questions as we go along. Please, no problem with that at all. Okay, so roll call. We'll just go through the members and then the alternates. So starting with me, Christina Davis, I'm present. Paul Varga.
Here.
Judy Austin.
Here.
Pam Summers.
Here.
Thank you. Keith Lipker.
Here.
and Tim Rhodes.
Here.
Okay, I think that's all the regular members. And then for our alternates, we have Kayla, and I don't know how to say your last name. Plaggy. So Kayla's here.
Here.
And Val Pepin.
Here.
Present as well. So I actually, do we have all 6? 1, 2,
Full house.
me, Paul, Judy, Pam, Tim, Keith. Yeah. Okay, so we have all of our regular members, so we do not need to seat any alternates. So Val and Kayla, you are welcome to participate in the conversation, but you won't get to vote this evening. Okay. So that's the roll call and seating of alternates. In terms of communications, just going from the top, the minutes for the Board of Ed did come out, and they did approve a budget, which they will then be presenting to us formally. But they are, I can just give everybody a heads up, and you can look up these minutes yourself. But their budget a proposed budget represents a 3.38% increase. So that's one new piece of information on the budget. I did correspond over the last few weeks with the assessor about the reval and when we'll get the grand list, because that's a really big piece of information that we need in order to start determining what the mill rate is going to be, etc. And she said that end of January. So hopefully our first meeting in February will have those numbers, and more to come on that. I received a couple annual reports from the various departments from Sherry Susie as part of her.
This is Catherine. Has the meeting started? Because I don't hear anything.
Oh, you don't hear anything? Yes, the meeting has started. Can you hear me now? Can you hear us now, Catherine? Jude, can other people hear me? Am I talking to myself?
No, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Barely.
Maybe she's got her way down, she's upset.
Yeah. Let's see. Did she leave the meeting? I think she left the meeting. Maybe she's coming downstairs. All right. I think we can carry on. Assuming Catherine will just come downstairs. I don't remember where I was. Does anyone remember what I was saying?
Grand list. February.
Grand list. Oh wait, here's Catherine again. Hold on.
You're going to get the budgets from the departments.
Oh, the annual reports. So I started getting
Oh.
annual reports in along with as they submit them to the treasurer. Catherine, can you hear us now? Catherine. Hello, Catherine. Nope. Doesn't seem as if. Let's see here. Chat. I'm going to say, hi, Catherine. Can you come downstairs? Typing something. Maybe I'll get a message back. There. Is the sound for this meeting working? It's working for everyone but you. Can you come downstairs? Catherine, I can hear you. Okay. Let's try to move ahead to approve the minutes. So the first set of minutes we have are for October 9th. We haven't been able to approve these yet because we didn't have the right people in the room to approve them. But I think we'll be able to do it tonight. So October 9th, we had myself, Pam, Judy, Paul, Tim were present. So those 5 people can vote on these minutes. Would someone like to make a motion to approve the minutes for Thursday, October 9th?
I'll move.
That was Pam.
I'll second Paul.
Okay, any edits for these? Okay, all in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
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 Anyone is voting no? And any abstentions? I think Keith,
I would abstain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's all set. The next set of meeting minutes. Just want to make sure. Yes. Okay. December 18th. Present at that meeting was myself, Pam, Keith, Paul, Val, and then Tim came in a little late, but you still can vote on them. Val, since you're not seated tonight, you can't vote on the minutes. Would someone like to make a motion to approve the minutes for December 18th?
I move.
Okay, Keith approved the minutes. Or sorry, made a motion. A second?
I'll second.
Pam seconded the motion. Any edits for these? Okay. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any abstentions on these?
Aye.
Judy abstains. Okay. All right. Just want to note that Catherine was able to just join us in person.
I didn't quite hear that. That's okay.
Okay. Are we okay?
Yeah, are you asking me a question? I'm sorry because I didn't hear it.
No. That's fine. I just want to make sure you're good. We can continue on.
I don't know why the sound wasn't coming through. I came into the meeting twice. Interesting.
Yeah, everybody else is able to hear it, so I don't know.
Okay. As long as my only concern was the public be able to hear later.
Right. Yeah, understood. Okay. Next up on the agenda is public comment. Would anybody like to make a public comment? Okay. No public comment. Moving on. Next item is Select Women's Update. Catherine, would you like to share with the group?
And I will be meeting your new.
Oh yeah, sorry. This is Haley. This is Catherine Silversmith, our first Select Woman.
Nice cool hands.
Cold hands, warm heart.
I have warm hands, don't think about it.
Sorry.
Okay, so I'll be giving you this in writing. I might want to cross off something. Our budget planning, the Board of Selectmen are reviewing the expense and revenue projections submitted by the town departments and other entities. It's a slower process than usual due to the newness of the 2 new selectmen. We will be requesting that the Ashford Volunteer Fire Department walk the Board of Selectmen through their budget proposal during our February 2nd 7 p.m. regular Board of Selectmen meeting. It's a complex proposal, and I think it's good for the public to be able to hear it in its entirety. It's also a very large request. Capital improvement projects. Our capital improvement plan, the committee met on January 20th to begin reviewing requests. Their proposed capital improvement plan is due to the Board of Selectmen Tuesday, February 17th for their adjustment approval prior to being submitted to the Board of Finance February 27th. Hybrid meeting upgrades to town offices, lower conference room and the selectmen's conference room.
Which are much needed.
I'm sorry?
Those upgrades are much needed because we're struggling.
Okay, there's been a delay in the delivery of the equipment, but we are on it. Also, I've been assured there will be no interruption of planned virtual meetings during the installation period. They won't do a cutover, even though they'll put the new equipment up. Here, the sound system back there, et cetera. They've got to snake through the ceiling and all of that. We've already had the emergency thing that was up here that was in the way of the, where one of the displays will go, removed or moved, so to speak. So even though they'll have those things up, we won't cut over to the new system until the day when there is no meeting scheduled. Make sure that that's working okay. We'll probably put up a mock meeting and try and go through it. So I anticipate we're gonna get the equipment within the next few weeks, if not sooner. Also, I just want to let you know that the Selectman's office is very tied up with a couple of things. One is a very large FOI request, okay? And this relates to a lawsuit between parties, not us, okay, with the general contractor for the school roof and the Garland Company, the SVG Company, and Hibbert and Rosa. So we have to provide everything. We have to provide any meeting information, any letters, any contracts, any other agreements, any phone calls, anything, any texts. So it's quite a lengthy process, and part of this is, you know, Chris Abkoff is working. She's also working on our grant, our Cable Rock Wagon Shed $200,000 grant. She's the chair of that steering committee for that, so she's also tied up with that. So just to let you know that there's more going on than just the budget process. And these are very time consuming. You'll probably see my car here. I did an overnight the other night, just trying to be able to pull things together. Unfortunately, we have to go back into previous selectmen's accounts to get some of the information.
Sorry, I don't know what that was.
Is it locked?
Maybe it was Noah came in?
Sorry about that. Okay, anything else, Catherine?
Let me think for just a second. See if anything else is happening since then. No. You did ask me, you wanted me to speak to something tonight, and I think it had to do with solar.
Right, it doesn't have to be tonight, but I just wanted the Board of Finance to get an update on the solar for the school, where it is with that, because it came up in the audit. So I just want to make sure we know where we are.
So when it came up in the audit, did it come up as a problem?
No, it's on the capital
Plan,
projects,
yes.
but that's the thing. I don't think it's been on the plan, but it showed up in the audit as a capital project, separate from the roof.
We did have it on there. The school had monies on there for it.
Correct. But that's what I want. I don't think this board is aware that the Board of Ed authorized funds. And I just want to make sure that we're aware that this project is moving forward. There's funding happening. There might be more, I don't know. Is there more funding needed? I don't know.
Right.
So I just think we need an update, and it doesn't have to be tonight.
No.
But I think, and I would also suggest that it be part of the capital improvement plan committee, so that that's on that list as well.
Absolutely. I was waiting for the school to put something forth on it.
Okay, great.
Because they're the ones, in a sense, driving it.
Okay. Yep, that was my only request about that. Hey Noah, is that you?
No.
Sorry, we just heard the noise and I was wondering what it was.
it was me.
We're having our Board of Finance meeting
Wow.
Wow, do you
I'm
look
going
like
to
a
school
wreck
for basketball.
All right, sorry for those on Zoom. We just were hearing a door open and close, and we were wondering who it was, and it was Noah, our director of Parks and Recreation, which is fine. Okay, moving along. I already covered this, but I put it on the agenda just so I wouldn't forget that we have our new Board of Finance alternate, Kayla Plagge. So again, welcome Kayla to your official first meeting. And then we have our new recording secretary, Haley Salati.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. I do want to just mention, so I put out a call on the town Facebook page looking for a new recording secretary. I got 3 applicants. They were all fantastic, all relatively young people who are interested in giving back to their community. So that was just really great to see. And I did, it was a very difficult decision to select someone. And I did encourage those 2 that we didn't select to, find other avenues to stay involved and try to connect them with people in town so that they can hopefully find other ways to participate. So just great news in that regard. Next item on the agenda is review the budget process for 26-27. I just wanted to go through the schedule, the calendar, see if I can find it. Actually, I can call this up on the computer with Zoom as well. So give me 1 second, everybody. Let's see. Okay. Share. All right, folks on Zoom. Hopefully, you can see the calendar. Yes. Okay. So, again, there's no news here. We approved this back in December, but I just want to remind everybody, because we don't have anything to decide tonight, but I just want to make sure everybody knows like what the process is and what the timeline is. So we are, the next sort of big date will be Friday, February 13th, when the Region 19 budget is going to be distributed to members. And then at that time, we will also get copies of the Ashford school budget. We'll have a similar process that we've had in past years where I distribute the copies to the members of the Board of Finance. Board of Finance members can submit their questions over the weekend, and then we get those to the Board of Ed members and the superintendent and business manager ahead of time so that they can address some of our questions if there are any in that meeting on Thursday, February 19th. So just keep that in mind, that timeline. And then we have on the end of February will be distribution of the general government and capital improvement plan budget copies, which will then be officially presented on March 5th.
If I could,
Uh-huh.
what I would appreciate, and I know I've mentioned it before, is if any of the Board of Finance members have questions about the proposed budget, if they would at least tell me what the line item is that they're looking at, not by name necessarily, but by number and name, because it took a lot of extra time last time trying to sort through to find out what the question was really related to. So that would be quite helpful.
That's a reasonable request, and I will try to, when I distribute copies, remind people of that.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we have a couple weeks where we'll be reviewing things and asking questions. And we are scheduled to approve a budget by March 26th and then go to public hearing on April 7th. And then eventually we get to the referendum on May 5th and the mill rate on May 7th. And I'll zoom down here. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about the schedule this year? Nope, sounds like that's a no. Let me go back here. I do want to share as well one other document. Is this? Okay. Product activated, whatever that means. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to share this spreadsheet. And as you can see, there's a blank column on the right, which is where we'll start to fill in numbers as we get them. So right now we do have a proposed school budget, so I could put that number in. I don't have that off the top of my head, or just for the sake of this meeting, I'm not going to fill that in.
I think what you're gonna wanna have in your heading for that yellow column is 2026, 2027.
Ooh. Good point. 26. Oh, I don't think it's going to let me edit it, but
When you do.
right. Let's see here. I think I can do it on this one. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Yeah, good point. Had the wrong date. The other biggie is this row right here, the net taxable grand list. So that's the number that we're waiting on from the assessor, which should be done by the end of January. So at our first meeting in February, she should be able to provide those numbers, and I should be able to put them in the spreadsheet and give us an estimate right then and there. If we were to, what I'll probably do is say, if we were to keep spending flat from the previous year with the new grand list, what would that mill rate look like? Give everybody a look right then and there what the impact is. And then as we actually fill in what the proposed budgets are, we'll get more of a refined number. Yes, Catherine?
Small suggestion. I've found, certainly when I'm looking at things at a more detailed level, that the percentages are not necessarily representative. You might want to add a small column that shows what the amount increases as well.
Yeah, we can do both. I definitely want to do both. The other thing I'll point out is over the last few years, we have had a split mill rate, one for the motor vehicles and one for real estate and personal property. With the reval and the increase to the grand list, my expectation is that we will be able to we will be under the cap that the state mandates. So then we will have one mill rate, which will make things easier. So where you see a lot of these numbers here, we have like the actual grand list for the real estate and personal property broken out. We have the motor vehicle grand list broken out. We won't have to do that hopefully this year. Again, just it'll make the math easier. So that's just want to give everybody an update, and hopefully if people from the community watch this meeting, that they'll understand that this is the process and that they will be able to see the impact of the reval on the tax rate. Oh, and Tess is joining the meeting. Tess, can you hear us? Let me see. Tess, I don't know if you could let us know that if you can hear us or not. We've been having some technical difficulties.
I can hear you.
Oh, great. Okay. Let me just go back to sharing that document. So, and Haley, this, just a note, so Tess Grouse, G-R-O-U-S, is a member of the Board of Selectmen.
She joined at 7:30.
Okay, so does anybody have any questions about this spreadsheet and what I talked about in terms of filling the numbers and the impact of the reval, etc.? No? Okay, great. Okay, capital improvement committee schedule. I did just want to let everybody know what that is in case they want to participate in the process. I'm going to look for Catherine's email. Here it is. Does this have the full schedule? Yes, okay. So in terms of the capital improvement plan is a separate budget from the general government budget that covers significant capital investments from both the school and the town, et cetera. And so that has a committee that's meeting, it's begun meeting, had our first meeting on Tuesday, is that right?
Yes, and the first selectman is always the chair of that committee.
Right. So just the Board of Finance members and any members of the public are welcome to attend. And just to let people know, so there's a meeting on January 20th at 7 p.m.
We already had that.
Oh, sorry. January 27th at 7 p.m. February 10th at 7 p.m. And then it says complete plan documentation from Board of Ed. I don't think that's a public thing. Board of Ed. There'll be some touch points with the Board of Selectmen, and then it'll come back to the Board of Finance on February 27th.
And as far as the touch points with the Board of Selectmen, I'm keeping them informed as we go along so that they're not surprised or whatever or unaware when we get to the point where they have to do their review and approval. So in general, the Capital Improvement Committee puts together a plan. It gets reviewed by the Board of Selectmen. They can alter that plan. They then approve it and they send it off to the Board of Finance. And the Board of Finance can also alter that plan and approve it before it goes out as part of the referendum.
Very good. All right, so any questions on the capital improvement plan? Okay. Next item, I just want to let folks know that this is a priority item. Discuss creating an online form for people to estimate their taxes prior to the budget public hearing. Because of the reval, it makes that calculation a bit trickier. You can't just say to somebody, okay, well, go take your assessment and the new mill rate and that's your new tax bill, because the assessment, you have to look at what was the previous assessment, what's the new assessment, what was the old mill rate, what is the new mill rate. So I'm hoping that we can create an online form that will simplify the process a little bit for people prior to the public hearing so that they can do the math and come to the public hearing informed about what the impact of the reval is and what the difference in their tax bill might be. Excuse me. So I did reach out to the treasurer about this. In the past, we have been able to provide this kind of form, but it was the previous treasurer. So I did reach out to Sherry, our current treasurer, to get the ball rolling and start thinking about it, because it's not the kind of thing you can just
Do you recall
turn
the
on.
last time it was actually out there? Because the previous treasurer was a number of years ago.
It was 2021 that I can find.
21.
And it's in the public hearing packet for that year. There's a link, but unfortunately the link is broken because with the new website, it didn't carry over to the new website. So, but like I have correspondence in the Board of Finance email between Cheryl and Chuck Funk, who was the chair at the time, about developing that. So,
She did,
certainly possible.
Cheryl didn't say who developed it for her, because I don't think she developed it.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't specify.
Okay.
But as I said to Sherry and I think maybe the assessor was on the email. I don't remember. But
Sherry,
this is not. What did I say?
His name is Dan. Are you asking about the tax collector?
No.
So
Sherry, I said to
and
Sherry in an email, this is not a unique thing. Every town does this. So, and we're using a website structure that is used by many towns. So I would think that you could call the web provider and say, hey, I know you did this for this town and this town, can you do it for us? Or how do we do it? You know, give us some sort of guidance. So she and Sherry said that she had been talking to the assessor about it, and they think they have a plan. So I will keep everybody updated on that, because I think that'll be important for people to feel confident about the budget going into a referendum, that they can accurately calculate their taxes.
Would that just be the real estate taxes?
That's a
Or would
good
be-
question. Let's ask that question of the assessor. Hopefully she can join us at the next meeting when she presents the grand list. In the past, as far as I know, we haven't done a whole lot with the motor vehicle rate, and I don't know how that technically I don't think is impacted by the reval. So but it does fluctuate that rate or that value. So we can ask her about that when she joins us.
Right, what you would want is, even though we, again, motor vehicle versus property, and have both of them in there. Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments or questions about that? All right. I just noted on the agenda here, I basically just wanted to be able to share these links with the board and the public. So the final draft of the 24-25 audit is on the town website. That was presented December 18th. And I do have some print copies available that I need to prioritize for the town clerk and the board of selectmen. And then if we have any left over, I can share them with Board of Finance members.
So you're calling it the final, if you will, you're calling it the final draft, but isn't it the one that you approved?
Sorry,
Therefore,
final.
it is the final.
Final, yeah.
Okay.
Final,
That was
final.
confusing to me, because I was thinking, oh, is there another version of
Nope, it's the approved on file with the state.
it? Yeah, you might want to change that.
Well, this is just a link on in the agenda. It's not if you actually go to where it is on the website, it doesn't say. It says Town of Ashford financial statements. It doesn't say draft. This is what's on the website. Okay, and then the annual report as well. This is for 23-24. Is finalized and on the town website, and I have print copies that I need to distribute. Okay, so that's that. And agenda items for the next meeting. Like I said, hopefully, I want to double check. Do we have another meeting in January? Meeting schedule. So we do not have another meeting in January, so our next meeting is February 5th. So my hope would be that the assessor can join and share the final grand list numbers at that meeting. I just have to verify with her that she's available.
And I would encourage all the Board of Finance members to either attend or view the recording from the February 2nd Board of Selectmen meeting, which is when the fire department will present their budget in detail. It would probably be a good idea for you to see that.
Okay. And then remarks for the good of the board. Just say thank you to everybody for your patience on the technical difficulties today. Thank you to Haley and Kayla, who are stepping into new roles this evening. And I think with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Keith made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Give the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank-
Thanks, you
Everybody.
too.
Good night.